Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Battle Through the Heavens 2. Rebirth of Emperor Yang Part 7 based on novel. So let's start. In an ice blue hall with the same body, two figures in white robes sit opposite each other, one old and one young, holding teacups in their hands and drinking tea lightly. Suddenly, Xiao Yan asked Gu. Elder Gu, since you say you are one of the 5 Yang Seal acupoints, the other 4 people must be the other ones in the 5 Yang Seal acupoints. Gu was not surprised when she heard the speech, but nodded, put down the teacup in her hand and said, "Yes, the 5 Yang Seal acupoints are composed of 5 different fires in heaven and earth. As long as one of the 5 different fires is still alive, the 5 Yang Seal acupoints will not disappear and will always exist in the world. The other 4 people in the 5 Yang Seal acupoints lie in 4 different directions on the continent, and they also master the other 4 parts of burning fire people, but our tasks are different from each other, and the degree of test will be different. At that time, whether you can obtain the remnant of the burning determination skill depends on you. As for who the 4 of them are, I can only tell you 2 of them first, because the other 2, not to mention you, but also me, difficult to find them, so I won't say more. If you find them, it depends on the chance." Next, Guyo also explained the identities of the 2 people to Xiao Yan. One of them, known as Hai Lao in the world, was named Haimo Dust. The body was Haishin Flame. It was in the north of the mainland, where there was a vast sea, and the Wuyen Seal Cave was there. The old man also founded some Beihai Academy there. Maybe you can go and have a look, but it's just a broken academy. It's no big deal. Gu tilted her eyes and said. Xiao Yang didn't take it to heart and continued to listen. However, if Xiao Yang doesn't take it to heart, it doesn't mean that others don't take it to heart. Just when Gu said that, in a wooden house far away in the North Sea, an old man wearing a blue robe and an old face sneezed for no reason, then frowned slightly and muttered. Which old man is speaking ill of me? Gu continued to explain to Xiao Yang. The second one is a woman, but... Gu's voice suddenly increased a lot, but at the same time, it also meant some caution, and then continued. Don't underestimate women. Even ordinary women can't bear this woman. She is arrogant, lonely, and indifferent to people. Once she starts, it will really kill people. But that's why she has only accepted one apprentice since then, and I'm afraid it would be difficult if her apprentice is not of the same character as her. I can't stand her. Well, her danger has been told to you. I'll talk about her body for you. Her body is Honglian Yugonglian, also known as Hongliangu. She is in the fire maple forest in the extreme south. She can't go out all year round, and only her disciples are outside. Therefore, if you want to go there, I suggest you think of the old guy Haimoken first. That guy can't help you. She is much more talkative than Yi Honglian, and the old guy is addicted to alcohol. Maybe as long as you prepare more good wine, the old guy will follow you, ha ha. Gu said that in the end, it seems that Haimo Dust followed him. When Xiao Yan heard Gu's words just now, he raised his eyebrows, and an excited look appeared in his eyes. He talked with the old man Gu for so long in order to want Gu to follow him at last. But now, listening to the meaning of Gu's words, he thinks that the 5 people of Gu are supposed to follow the inheritors of Tuoshegu Emperor. In this way, don't you save a lot of trouble and get 5 different fires that have existed for more than 1,000 years? Tut tut, this kind of fire is more powerful than the general 4 or 5 different fires. Xiao Yang was thinking happily in his heart, but Gu glanced at him, shook his head and said, Don't think about it. If it were as simple as you think, I would have followed you long ago. Although the 5 of us really want to follow the inheritor, it also depends on whether the inheritor has the talent and strength that we admire. Your strength now, tut tut, if you didn't meet me, it would be impossible for others. Xiao Yan was stunned for a moment before he reacted. His eyebrows were slightly picked, his mouth was cracked, his eyes were dry, looking at the bone Yu, and his face was curious about the baby. Xiao Yang naturally knows that since the 5 elders will follow him, it must be accompanied by many not simple tests, just as Xiao Yang entered the Guyo cultivation cave this time. Although Yu didn't personally participate in the test of Xiao Yan's strength, he definitely knew it. Otherwise, how can you smile when facing Xiao Yan, a stranger after being disturbed by Qingxiu? Of course, Yu can explain so much to Xiao Yan, which can't be explained by Xiao Yan's one or two words that seem to be very clever. After all, Guyo is also a strong man who has lived for thousands of years. Can Xiao Yan, who is only half 100 years old, compare with him? Although Xiao Yan is not small, it seems that Guyo is just like a child. Yu sighed, looked at Xiao Yan helplessly and said, "The reason why my test is so simple is that I consider that you have just arrived here and your strength is weak, so the power of that array is not much different from you. After integration, it is only better than you, so that you can have a chance to breathe. What I didn't expect is that you have advanced fighting skills, so you can drink so easily at my level. Come on, what are you doing? Hey, that's my personal reason. I think you're a good boy, so I deliberately opened a small stove for you. You should remember my kindness to you, aha." Yu was serious at first, but he joked halfway through it, which made Xiao Yan feel speechless. But then again, you should pay attention. My difficulty here is 100,000 miles away from even the most basic test requirements. If you go to Old Man Hai, I may be able to help you solve him, but if you go to Yi Honglian, tut, you can directly say you haven't seen me, otherwise I don't know if you can live come back. If you are really unlucky and meet those two monsters, you should think you don't know anything. They are too, but they are stubborn. Yu finally reminded Xiao Yan with a slightly dignified face. Xiao Yan was shocked. Today's array hasn't reached the qualification test. How difficult should the real test be? However, it also gives Xiao Yan enough time and power to grow. The growth of strength is just a matter of time. As for the power, there is a remnant of burning as Xiao Yan's power, so he won't worry. Xiao Yan thought for a moment, then looked at Yu again and asked, "Yu Lao, can I call you that?" Yu nodded, and Xiao Yan went on. "Now that I've passed the test of Yu Lao, does it mean that the younger generation can get the burning chapter in Yu Lao's hand?" Xiao Yan stretched out his palm towards Yu. Yu shook her head at first sight and said to Xiao Yan with a little regret, "No, on the one hand, in order to ensure that the burning fire will not be lost, on the other hand, it is also another test for the inheritors. He integrated the burning fire into the five of us. You can't get it anyway unless you refine the source of different fire. However, your current strength is too weak to refine my original fire, so you can't get it yet. At most, you can only use it. I will stay in your body and merge with you after you have enough strength. Moreover, it is very dangerous when you merge and refine my origin. My soul will be automatically erased when you integrate and refine my origin. This is also done for the sake of not leaving any strange after effects after the inheritor refines the strange fire." Xiao Yan has big eyes and small eyes, and his face twitches slightly. It's true. Obviously, he has a baby, but he can only watch. How can people stand it? Unfortunately, Xiao Yan can't bear it if he doesn't want to. However, it's good. In this way, there will be a powerful free thug around him in the future. As soon as Xiao Yan's mouth had a radiant, a plain old voice rose from his ear and only heard the bone Yu Dao. "Don't think about it. I can't do it for you. Even if your life is in danger, I will never do it." Yu's words are very firm. Even Xiao Yan can't hear the meaning of joking, so Xiao Yan has to look at Yu and stop talking. After a while, as if to break the slightly silent atmosphere, Xiao Yan finally asked Yu, "I wonder if old Yu can explain the origin of burning dew for the boy. Since burning dew is so effective, it must not have been created by unknown people. Please, old Yu can solve Xiao Yan's doubts." Xiao Yan's tone is full of desire for knowledge. This strong desire is the first time in Xiao Yan's history, but it is also normal. After all, he can create the supreme skill of burning yang. The creator of this skill is by no means ordinary. It must be very exciting to hear its origin, therefore, Xiao Yan's question made Yu a little complacent. Gu grinned and exposed a row of old yellow teeth in her mouth. She smiled at Xiao Yang and said, "Who are you?" The creator of this volume of martial arts is indeed an extremely overbearing and great person. That person has achieved the peak with this volume of Huayanju alone, and he has created a piece of heaven and earth with the power of fire, saving countless people in deep water and fire. His power is regretting the sky. Later, Gu's voice became more and more excited, but suddenly it was like a deflated balloon, and the momentum that had just risen fell back to the origin in an instant. Gu continued to speak calmly without any fluctuation. Unfortunately, he finally died in the hands of his brothers. A generation of top strong people finally died lonely because of several brothers. As soon as the voice fell, Xiao Yang instantly felt that the atmosphere in the hall had become dead. Just for a moment, he returned to the original again, but Xiao Yang seemed to have experienced an era. Xiao Yang didn't wake up until he heard a hum in his bony nose. Xiao Yang looked at Gu with a frightened look on his face. He didn't expect that it was just a memory of the strong man in ancient times. It could arouse people's emotions and thoughts. I really don't know how powerful it would be if the strong man was still alive. Well, I won't tell you anymore. Let's go when I close this place. Gu said faintly. As soon as Xiao Yang heard this, he sorted out his kind thoughts, stopped talking, and followed Gu out of the hall. Out of the hall door, Guyo took a deep look at the Yogu hall where he had been for thousands of years. His hands were slowly raised, and the seals were constantly appearing in his old hands. He saw a tremor on the ground in front of the hall door, and an inky black wall rose from the ground, blocking the door of the whole hall behind him. As soon as the wall appeared, Xiao Yang took a deep breath. Xiao Yang didn't recognize what kind of material the wall was made of, but Xiao Yang couldn't recognize it alone. Xiao Yang thought he couldn't destroy it even a bit. When Gu saw this, he just grinned and flew out of the mountain. Xiao Yang followed the Yogu hall at the bottom of the earth, and returned to the cave. As soon as they came out, Gu and Xiao Yang saw the huge ice dragon guarding the hole. The whole body of the ice dragon surrounded the hole, and the whole body released a silver-white flame. All over the body revealed a soul-grabbing terror, as if a real dragon had awakened. People feel sacred and inviolable, and there is an impulse to worship from the bottom of their heart. Roar! It seems that he sensed the breath of Gu and Xiao Yang. The entrenched body of the dragon turned, and the huge body jumped into the void. The faucet roared at the hole leading to the ground. With the sound of two breaking through the air, two white shadows came out of the hole, stopped in the void and stood side by side. Xiao Yang looked at the ice dragon and smiled. Although the ice dragon was transformed by the array, it can have intelligence. It is indeed miraculous. Moreover, the relationship between it and Gu Lao is not general. I think Gu Lao didn't treat the ice dragon as an array. The ice dragon looked at Xiao Yang's warm smile, slightly opened his big mouth and arched its huge faucet towards Xiao Yang. He roared a few times, which made the whole cave vibrate in the army. The dragon breath exhaled from his nose also made Xiao Yang's clothes and robes close to his skin, which made Xiao Yang uncomfortable. Gu smiled a few times, stroked his beard and looked at the ice dragon with a smile. There was a slight flow in his eyes, showing a reluctant look. The giant dragon seemed to feel Gu's mood at the moment. The huge faucet arched Gu's body, showing a touch of humanized reluctance in his eyes. Gu reached out and touched his head to help him smooth his ice-blue hair, then he stepped back and stood in the void. The knot in his hand began to change again. Waves of strong energy waves spread around him, forming an energy ripple like a water wave. The knots in Guyo's hands are constantly changing. Milky white energy beams are constantly flying out of his hands and disappear into the ice dragon's body. On the ice dragon's huge body, there are bursts of hazy white halos. The original energetic life state has also become withered, gradually falling from the air, entrenched in a ball, and his eyes are closed. It looks like an old man is about to go to sleep, but Xiao Yang can feel that it is not that the ice dragon has been weakened, but that Guyo is condensing all the forces released back into the ice dragon's body again. Just looking at this, Guyo is not only trying to seal those forces, but also trying to make the ice dragon fall asleep. In the future, if no one triggers this array, the ice dragon may be sleeping forever. Since Gu tried all his means to hide the Yogu Hall, he decided that it would not be easy to be found. In this way, it would be even more impossible for Su to wake up. Xiao Yan couldn't help sighing when he thought of it. Although it is an array itself, we have been together for thousands of years, but we have been an old friend for thousands of years. What array servant has long been a thing of the past, but now the outcome is unbearable even for anyone. It took a long time to set up the array, but Xiao Yan was also very cooperative. He didn't talk much, but gave up a wide position and waited quietly. Old friends are different, and under such circumstances, Xiao Yan can do things quickly without talking about others, but he can't do it first. After Xiao Yan waited patiently for several hours, Gu finally came slowly to Xiao Yan with a slightly bitter meaning on his old face. In front of Xiao Yan, Gu smiled at Xiao Yan without saying much. He came forward to lead Xiao Yan to the exit. In order not to touch the array, Gu had to take Xiao Yan to turn left and right at the exit of the array and advance step by step over the endless abyss of cave ***. When Gu led the way, Xiao Yan also looked cautious. This is not Xiao Yan's faith in Gu, but the endless abyss really makes people feel sweating at a glance. Xiao Yan couldn't stand it, so he felt cautious. Gu ignored Xiao Yan's mood and just led the way ahead. The atmosphere was very depressed all the way. Until they saw the light belonging to the sun in the distance, Gu changed his previous low mood and smiled at Xiao Yan. Let's go. Let me see what kind of outstanding people there are in the mainland today. I don't know who is stronger or weaker than the person chosen by the ancient Tuosha Emperor around me. Ha. Then he sped up his speed and flew away towards the bright place. At the beginning, Xiao Yan's entry into the mountain cave was very slow because of the continuous bombardment of the heat wave from the mountain *** department, but now the heat wave has been broken by Xiao Yan. Although it is not completely broken, with the master of Guyo, the heat waves formed by the cold fire of Bone Spirit naturally dissipated, and Xiao Yan's exit speed is much faster. In just a few breaths, the two had flashed out of the cave thousands of feet deep. As soon as he came out, even the bones were quiet. He couldn't help but be fascinated. The originally tall peaks had long disappeared. Only the huge rocks hundreds of feet wide and the thick layer of lime covering the ground hundreds of feet told people that there had been a giant falling here. Once a towering mountain with a bird's-eye view of the mainland fell. It's just a pity that people can't see everything here. No one will know that there was a huge mountain here, no one will know that there was a small square here. No one knows all this. Who? Gu slowly opened his eyes, exhaled the turbid air that had been held in his chest, looked up, looked at the void hanging above his head, burst out a dazzling silver-white flame light in his eyes, fiercely shot into the sky, and his cold eyes were close to the sky. Xiao Yang frowned at Gu's strange behavior and couldn't help guessing, is it hard for me to set up any array prohibition and so on? But before Xiao Yang came up with any results, he saw the bone and quiet body that rushed into the sky, stood on the highest cliff, attached his hands to his back, filled with silver-white flames in his eyes, staring at the sky. Suddenly, Guyo burst into a loud laugh, which shocked the sky and the earth, deterred the warcraft thousands of miles around and shocked the vibration of heaven and earth. Ha, I've been waiting for thousands of years. Today I finally got the inheritor. Since I was born by heaven and earth, I swear here today, heaven and earth gave birth to me, and I cast a transcendent for heaven and earth, so as to unite heaven and earth. As soon as he said this, Xiao Yan's pupil suddenly shrunk and his face suddenly changed. When Gu just said that, his voice didn't fall. Originally, it was still a clear sky, but now it was dark clouds rolling and thunder roaring. However, Gu was not moved by it, but stood quietly on the top of the cliff, quietly looking at the thunder that made Xiao Yan's heart palpitate constantly exploded beside him. Xiao Yan swallowed a mouthful of saliva and stared at all this blankly. The corners of his eyes twitched constantly. He could clearly feel that these thunders falling from the sky were definitely not ordinary thunders. Although those thunders looked no different from the ordinary thunders from the outside, from the power of the thunders when they exploded, Xiao Yan is not sure to bear any blow, even the aftershock. He is not sure to catch it at all. This needs How powerful it is to be able to cause such great damage. Unexpectedly? Even the fighting emperor is just mole ants. Xiao Yan muttered with a little trembling in his tone. Hey, boy, aren't you scared? At the moment, Yu just came down from the cliff. Looking at Xiao Yang's stunned appearance, he couldn't help joking. Xiao Yang reacted that the thunder in the sky had already disappeared, and the dark clouds had already dissipated. As soon as Xiao Yang turned around, he saw Yu standing in front of him, and immediately wanted to ask, but Yu was a step earlier. I heard Yu speak slowly. That kind of sky thunder is called Nine Sky God Thunder. It can kill all the most yin and evil things in the world. It is the bane of evil things in the world, but it is also the god of heaven and earth that imprisons the world and is used to make the sky thunder oath. It has the power of heaven and earth and regrets the sky. Xiao Yang was surprised when he heard the speech. Unexpectedly, what he thought was too one-sided. He thought that with the strength of Jiyu Lao, even if the nine heavenly god thunder was more powerful, it was equal to Jiyu Lao first, but he didn't expect that the thunder was so strong that even Jiyu Lao would be bound. Come on, let's go. The thunder is fierce. You will know its strength in the future. Now the most important thing is to find a city to let you know the situation of this continent, so that you can know how to survive on this continent. As soon as Guyo's voice fell, it directly turned into a streamer and drilled into Xiao Yang's body. Xiao Yang was surprised first, and then asked strangely. Bone Old, what are you doing? Hey, these two little guys in your body are still hurt. If you cultivate slowly, it will take at least 3 or 4 months. If I don't enter your body, how can I heal them quickly? Besides, I'm not weak, but you don't think it's a little too beautiful. As long as I'm outside, even if you encounter strength, if someone is stronger than you, who dares to touch you? Your boy has thought so, hey? Guyo smiled back to Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang was stunned when he heard the speech, then he stopped talking, turned his mouth, and flew away from the forest. After a long time, Xiao Yang frowned slightly. Looking at the distance, there was still a vast forest. Xiao Yang had explored it with the power of his soul. There were endless green forests within 1,000 miles. No matter how Xiao Yang explored it, he still couldn't find the slightest way out. Xiao Yang had no choice but to ask Yu in his heart. Yu Lao, what's the situation now? I wonder if you can help explore around here and see if you can find a road with human flavor. Otherwise, if we go without a goal like this all the time, we can't go out all our life. Therefore, we can only ask Yu Lao. Yu burst out a burst of laughter when she heard the speech and then slowly said, Xiao Yang, you'd better pay attention to what you say next time. If there's something wrong, hey, you're the only one who can't get out. There won't be an old man. Oh. Hey, well, don't make trouble with your children first. Go to the southeast. There's a human smell 8,000 miles over there. You should be able to leave the forest with him. Xiao Yang was in a good mood when he heard the speech. He moved and flew away towards there. A moment later, Xiao Yang's figure slowly stopped and looked down. At this time, on the ground below, a young figure, covered with blood, was fighting with a huge wolf-shaped warcraft. The warcraft had been seriously injured from the appearance, but it was much better than the human being, so with the passage of time, the young human figure finally stopped by accident. The wolf-shaped warcraft seized the opportunity, grabbed one claw in the front chest, and was blown out. It broke 4 or 5 trees before it stopped. However, the giant wolf did not give up the chance to kill him. One claw stabbed him in the chest again. If this claw was hit, it would die, and the human eyes are unwilling to close slowly, waiting for the next moment of death. Whoosh! A sharp sound of breaking the air sounded, and the giant wolf fell down. The unwilling eyes of the young figure opened again. At one glance, he saw the white-robed figure falling on the branch, and the back tilted and fainted. Xiao Yang smiled and looked at the young friar who slowly opened his eyes. Under Xiao Yang's perception, the young friar's accomplishments are okay. At least in fighting spirit, the mainland can be regarded as a leader. He has reached the strength of the 7-star fighter. The giant wolf that fought with him before is a 7th-order warcraft, Xiao Yan wolf. This kind of warcraft is very fierce when fighting. As long as there is a chance to kill the other party, it will rush up and kill the other party without hesitation. Even if the other party is about to hit its vital place, it will not have the slightest intention of dodging. Therefore, many people will basically retreat in the face of its life-for-life playing method, only defend but not attack, waiting for its flaws to show, and then give it a fatal blow. However, it's a pity that few people can survive until that time, because under the fierce bombardment of Xiao Yan wolf, they can't stand it at all. Unless their strength is far higher than that of Xiao Yan wolf, no one will be stupid enough to compete with them with weak strength, but this one in front of Xiao Yan's eyes is a little strange. Although Xiao Yan saw several dead bodies earlier, however, from the appearance, the identity strength is much lower than that of this person, which should be brought out from his own power. When the young friar opened his eyes and saw Xiao Yan, he jumped up from the blue stone he was lying on, flashed on the ground several feet away from Xiao Yan, and brought a burst of fog. Then he seemed to think of something. He stepped forward quickly and bowed to Xiao Yan. Liu Xiong, thank you for saving your life. I didn't recognize the benefactor just now. I hope the benefactor will forgive me. Liu Xiong didn't hesitate when he spoke. He thought he was also a straightforward person. Therefore, Xiao Yan didn't blame him. After explaining his intention to him, they went to the mountains and forests together. For unnecessary trouble and want to understand the world first, Xiao Yan didn't fly out with Liu Xiong. Xiao Yan also liked Liu Xiong along the way. From the dialogue with Liu Xiong on the way, Xiao Yan learned that they are now located in the southwest area above the mainland, adjacent to the ancient forest in the south. There are many powerful warcraft, and even some are strong enough to reach the peak and spy on the existence of the mainland. Even if it is better than the existence of some human peaks, they seem to have some agreement with the human race. They can't take action at will, otherwise they will be chased and killed by the strong of both sides until they die. Liu Xiong lives in a city called Qingyang City, which is not a big city in the southwest. Liu Xiong is one of the two families in Qingyang City. The two families have been fighting each other openly and secretly for hundreds of years. The other family is Wu. The two families have always been close rivals. Until 10 years ago, the strength of the owner of the Wu family broke through. When fighting with Liu family leader was wounded, resulting in the sequelae left by Liu family leader, and his strength has not been improved for many years. Although the sequelae left by the injury of Liu family leader, the skinny camel is bigger than the horse. The details of Liu family are there. Although the sequelae has not been completely eliminated, as long as we find several other medicinal materials, the sequelae can be relieved immediately, but unfortunately, in the past 10 years, the Wu family has gained momentum and kept suppressing the Liu family. Most of the textile markets in Qingyang City are occupied by the Wu family. Although the sequelae of the family leader is about to recover, the situation has become very critical. The remaining medicinal materials have not been found. But now, the Wu family is about to enter the city. In a hurry, Liu Xiong has to take the family with him. After 2 months of searching for herbs, Liu Xiong finally found the exact location of all herbs. After several wars, there were few people left with Liu Xiong, but the last herb, soul-protecting herb, had not been obtained, which made Liu Xiong and others very anxious. Seeing the family war, the sequelae of the family owner had not recovered, so they were helpless. I had to do the last fight. When the 7th level warcraft Xiao Yan Dark Wolf was out hunting, I quietly started, but somehow it was found by the Xiao Yan Dark Wolf. They were already exhausted after several wars, but now they were found by warcraft and had to fight with it, but in the end, the whole army was destroyed. If Xiao Yan hadn't come in time, I'm afraid even Liu Xiong has already become meat for others. Time passed imperceptibly. They were chatting and walking. In the twinkling of an eye, they were close to the city. Xiao Yan looked at it. There was a black line on the distant ground, and the land under his feet had long been unknown when it had changed from green grass to solid and hard road. It was obvious that it was often open to traffic. Xiao Yan took a deep breath, feeling the familiar human breath between heaven and earth. The corners of his mouth slightly lifted a radiant and sighed softly. It's better to go smoothly with human beings. It's so boring to be alone. Liu Xiaodi, I have something else to do. See you tomorrow. See you later. As soon as the voice fell, regardless of Liu Xiong's shocked look, the figure flashed and disappeared in front of Liu Xiong. Only the residual sound left by Xiao Yang's voice just now echoed endlessly in the sky, announcing that Liu Xiong had just had a person here, and he already knew his name. It was a man named Xiao Yan, a young man of his age. Liu Xiong stood where he was for a long time. He didn't come back until a while later. He took a step forward, but he almost fell down. Liu Xiong found that his leg was numb. His body worked hard to eliminate the numbness on his leg. He just continued to rush towards Qingyang City. However, this speed was supplemented by fighting skills. Light green streamers remained at the place where Liu Xiong passed, and his figure had already disappeared tens of feet away. On his way, he kept muttering to himself. Okay. That's fast. I'm afraid only the master can keep up with this speed. That doesn't mean that his strength is at least at the same level as the master. It's really terrible. I'm afraid he is a disciple of a large sect who has come out to experience this talent. If my Liu family is friendly with him, even the Wu family will give us 3 points of courtesy. This matter, we must let the owner know as soon as possible. As soon as the voice fell, the speed increased again, and the body flashed rapidly towards the Liu family in Qingyang City. Liu Xiong is still running towards Qingyang outside the city, but Xiao Yang has already wandered around the city. Xiao Yang looked at the busy market and smiled. After several twists and turns in the streets and people, he finally found a chamber of commerce specializing in selling news. Xiao Yang entered the store. There was some common power news on the counters around him. After looking at it casually, he showed a smile. He held a book in his hand and dropped a handful of gold coins. He walked out, left the Chamber of Commerce and carefully looked at the book with a layer of dust in his hand. This book is called The Detailed Explanation of the Mainland. It explains many instructions for the mainland, but Xiao Yang has not paid much attention to it, but directly read the most important part for himself. This continent is called Yuanwu Continent. There are many capable people in ancient times. Strong people come out in large numbers and talents gather. Yuanwu Continent is mainly divided into 2 parts, the middle region and the outer region. The outer region is divided into 4 parts, the east, the west, the south, and the north. The 4 directions are divided into Kyushu, and Kyushu is divided into 36 counties and 72 governments. Xiao Yang is not surprised that there is no detailed information about the middle region in the information book, then continue to look. Xiao Yang is most concerned about strength. After all, strength is the pass of the whole continent. Therefore, Xiao Yang looks very carefully. The division of strength in Yuanwu mainland is basically the same as that in Duqi mainland, but Xiao Yang frowned slightly about fighting Emperor. The division of strength in Yuanwu mainland is no longer the same after reaching Dosheng. After Dosheng, it is divided into Bandi, Dudi, Huayuanjing, Guiyuanjing, Yuanwang, Yuanhuang, Yuanzong, Yuanzuan, Yuansheng, and Yuendi. These realms are the division of strength in Yuanwu continent. Most of them are the same from ethics and those who fight to saints, but the only difference is when transforming the source realm and returning to the source mirror. It is explained in the book that there is no 9-star difference between the 2 realms of Huiyuan and Guiyuan. In this realm, there are only 3 stages, the initial stage, the middle stage and the later stage, and the later stage is divided into 2 small stages, the later stage and the later stage of great perfection. Before people reach Huiyuan, they can cultivate with the help of the Emperor's origin between heaven and earth. Of course, the prerequisite is that you should first adapt to the Qianyuan Qi this week. Like the situation when Xiao Yang broke through before, it was caused by the incompatibility between the body and the Qianyuan Qi. If it weren't for the jade bottle, Xiao Yang didn't know what to do at the moment. The reason why people in Yuanwu can adapt to the source gas of heaven and earth is mainly because they were born on this continent. Naturally, they adapt early. When they grow up, they don't have to run in. Like Xiao Yang, I'm afraid they can't really adapt for a period of time. The real function of these two realms is to rely on the monk's familiarity with the source chi of heaven and earth, introduce the source chi of heaven and earth into his body and turn it into his own use. When transforming the source environment, it is the stage of fighting chi and cultivating source chi. When the friar returns to the source mirror, he mainly cultivates source chi. The human body can't grow for a long time, because if the human body can grow continuously, how can it be said that people will grow old and die? Although fighting spirit can strengthen the body, if the strength reaches that level, even if the cultivation is strong, it will be supported and exploded by the magnificent fighting spirit in the body. The purpose of cultivating source chi is to absorb and refine the source chi to consolidate the body. It is found that the source chi is much more gentle and dense than the fighting chi, and no matter how many monks are in the body, but there is one disadvantage that cannot be compared with the fighting chi, that is, the lethality of the source chi is far less than that of the fighting chi. Fortunately, everyone after returning to the Yuan mirror must use the source chi, so the monks are not worried. As for those fighting the emperor, although the spirit of cultivation is still fighting, if it is really to be compared, even the top 10 fighting emperors cannot be compared with the strong one returning to the source territory. It can be seen that the gap in the realm cannot be offset by the strength of strength. The cultivation of returning to the source environment is mainly to make the body fit with the source gas of heaven and earth and reach the point of perfect integration. This step is easier said than done. This step requires refining and absorbing the source gas of heaven and earth and condensing it into a white source gas bead in the body. The more pure the source gas bead is, the higher the quality is, especially the milky white source gas bead, which is incomparably pure. As long as you can condense the milky source gas beads, it shows that you have a promising future. There will definitely be multiple super sects to win over. If only one of them knows, he will try his best to block all the news and include this person in the door, because once the source gas beads are successfully condensed, it is a certainty that you will enter the great situation of the source sect. That's why so many people stay in Gui Yuan for so long in order to be brilliant. What they do is hope to have a place in those super sects. Once they succeed, they and the family behind them can achieve unparalleled brilliance, and Gui Yuan is their biggest reliance. This video will end here.